Hi, everybody. I want to thank you for being flexible with me and joining me. I didn't expect to go to work today, so I really appreciate that we were still able to meet this evening. For today's agenda, we're going to start off with the team folder organization. Dr. Elwood changed the organization. She moved some files to the process files. So I want to make sure that you're aware and you don't think anything is like lost. So in our team folder, she moved the objectives that we wrote here into the process file. So this was the document where you wrote your gardening topic, the standard, and then your lesson objective. I had a question for Laura. I know you haven't provided the link, but you gave me the objectives. For your lesson objective, you stated the students will be able to garden and name different places in the US. I want to know how does that look for being online instruction when you say we'll be able to garden?
Well, the students will be able to know how to plant a seed, what fertilizer is, and the different types of crops and plants that are grown throughout the United States.
Okay, so
I think that correlates. I mean, I can go ahead and correlate it with the standard where we can go ahead and say, hey, there's different places and regions in the United States that grow different types of plants. And we can discuss both the good things and bad things that come out of gardening when there's not enough water and when the crops die. How does it affect the food supply chain and the natural sources like rivers and all that? I mean, I can elaborate if you like, if you want me to delete that and elaborate a little
no,
bit.
I don't want you to delete it. What I want is in your lesson plan, like
Mhm.
I don't know, like the different type of fertilizers. So if you can specify the fertilizers, um, I don't know how many regions we have in the US. So like I think if you give me an example of what type of plant life grows in each region, we can do that. And then we can discuss that, like, for example, now how we're facing severe weather and we're losing crops. Then you can take that further into the supply chain because that will really be good in our story. I like that.
Severe weather affects crops, therefore it affects the supply chain. And
Mm-hmm.
yes, consumers will be affected because the supply chain is affected.
Correct.
And that can go into, oh, but it just needs to be eighth grade, so pretty basic and simple, right?
Yeah,
Okay,
because we're gonna put that into a story.
sounds good. Oh,
Okay.
but you need material to, or you need material to back this up in my lesson plan, correct? You would like some document, like a book or
Um, I don't necessarily like need a book. I just basically need the facts. Like if you say that this fertilizer does well in this region, just give me a link like to an article. That way I can take more ideas out of it as needed.
okay. Would you prefer more article type, or is it a specific media that you would like me to use? Like
No,
a video or a podcast or just basic simple article text?
um, I'm gonna tell you, think about it in the perspective of an eighth grader. What would you present to an eighth grader? So if
Uh,
that was just something if that's a resource or material you present to an eighth grader to give them understanding about the fertilizers and the different plants that grow in the regions of the US, then give it to me because I'll definitely use that.
Sounds good. I'll go ahead and do that.
Okay. Did you need help with creating a link for your lesson plan?
Um, well, I figured it out on my computer.
Mhm.
So no, I think I can do it. And if you need it done by tonight, I can pretty much wrap it up tonight if you need
No,
me.
you
Okay.
don't have to rush and do it tonight. I just wanted to know if you needed any help with that.
I think I got it, but if for some reason I do need help, I work late late in the night, is it okay
Mhm.
if I just shoot you a text or an email? Or would
I'm
you prefer in
no,
the
call
morning?
me. Call me.
Okay, call me.
Yes, because I sometimes watch movies at night. So like if I hear a buzz, I'm not gonna pay any attention to it. But if you call me and be like, oh, okay, then I could stop and I'll help you. I just want to make sure that you weren't struggling with that.
Oh, no, no, and I know I texted you last time pretty late, but I mean,
That was fine. I just couldn't respond because I didn't know who I was responding to.
I know, I'm sorry. So, but I work late. That's how I get my stuff done. But I've been real busy with my other class, so I have a little bit more time to focus on this class.
I understand. But thank you, and I'm glad that you reached out to me.
Yeah,
Okay. So how do you pronounce your name?
Ingeborg.
Ingeborg. Okay, Ingeborg. I looked at your lesson plan. I had a few questions.
Mhm.
So I know yours was about this, but
Yes.
I wanted to know, do they have this book online in English? Or is it
Yeah. No. Mm-mm.
okay? So I'm
No,
gonna
as I know, maybe, but no, as I know, no.
okay. So I'm gonna look up a summary of this book. I'm gonna find a summary of the book and then I'll email you to let you review it to see if that's what the book is about.
Uh-huh.
I needed help with understanding exactly what you wanted in terms of your lesson. So I understand that the students are going to do a a KWL chart. And so
Uh-huh. Yes.
with the KWL chart, they're going to talk about what they
What I know, what I want to know, right?
yes, what I
Okay.
know, what I want to know, and what
What I
did
learned.
I learn,
Uh-huh.
and what did I learn. So this was an example that you provided. Is there any other information that you would want to be included in the Star Hero Journey story?
Well, now that I know that I have to put some about garden or something like that, something with plants or something, I
Mhm.
can add more information,
Okay.
right?
You can add more information, but I think because I don't know what the book is about, if I was to have a summary, we can take like some of the things that happened. Like for example, you said that he had to move because he needed a job. With Laura's theme, we can tie that in, like saying maybe because it was real because like for example, if they were um in Michigan and they lived in a city where they had the water, what was it happened? Like the water was toxic. He decided to move because the water was toxic and he wanted to live in a better environment where there was more nature because I know in Costa Rica is very like it's still very
Rainforest.
natural and
Mhm.
it's not as refined as it is in Michigan.
Mhm.
So I think if I have, I'm gonna look up a summary and email it to you, and you let me know if that summary works with that book, and then we can pull from that.
Okay. And
If,
add to this lesson plan.
yes, if you want to add, you can. Or
Okay.
I know you have to do a lesson plan too. If you want to add the more of a gardening aspect in lesson plan two, you could do that as well.
I will do that. I will do
Okay.
that.
I just wanted to make sure I understood what was happening. And
Okay. You know what? I didn't think about that because I'm thinking what I'm going to do, but I didn't think what you were going to do.
mhm, that's okay. That's why we're meeting today. To make sure we're all
Okay.
on the same page and I'm asking for clarity. So when we create the AI story, we will use AI to create the hero journey story that I know what elements to add in if they
Okay.
come up.
Okay.
Um,
Okay. Okay.
and then I had a question about step number 4. It says students will have the opportunity to work on brainstorming skills. This involves engaging in discussion about the interrelation between each concept on their map during the brainstorming session. So you said on their map, is there a graphic organizer that you want them to use?
Yes, the teacher gave us a graphic organizer. I didn't put it. Maybe I should, right?
Yes. So if you would here provide a link to the graphic organizer that you want them to use for brainstorming, that will be greatly appreciated.
Yes. So should I put it in this should I put it in this PowerPoint or for the lesson number 2?
No, put it in this PowerPoint because I'm just gonna start off with this one because the first
Okay.
lesson is gonna be module 1 and then the second lesson is module 2.
Okay, so module 1. Okay, so
Yeah.
this is going to be for module 1. So only the graphic organizer, right?
Yeah, so where you have their map right here,
Yeah.
I'm going to highlight it.
Yeah.
Can I add a comment here?
Because
Sorry,
what she showed us was a kind of well, okay, I'll do it and you can tell me if it's right or wrong, okay?
okay. I'm gonna put a comment here.
Okay.
It's wrong. Sorry, it's been a long time since I used PowerPoint. Oh, here it goes. Okay, and then the next question I had was with the brainstorming, what questions were you asking them to brainstorm?
Oh, do I have to put that too?
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know.
Okay, so I will add a comment here for you to provide me with the questions for brainstorming. And
Okay.
when you put that in, I'll see that there's a comment there and I'll come back and look at it.
So let me ask you something. When you do a brainstorming, if the student does it, don't they have to do it on their own? Or I have to give them the questions and then they do their brainstorming?
What you said the second time, when it comes to brainstorming, you give them the question because they don't know what to think about. You have to guide them. So it's like
Okay.
prompting them to say, like, say, for example, I showed them the front cover of a book. And so my question is, boys and girls, what do you think is going to happen to this character based off of the image that you see here? And then like,
Yes.
if you want it to be where, it doesn't have to be the front cover. If you like open up the book and there's a picture, you can say, boys and girls, I want you to look at this image. This image is in the middle of the story. How do you think the story ends? That's another
Yeah.
prompting question to help students with brainstorming.
Okay. How many questions it should be a good amount?
It's up to you. You could do one question, you could do two. It's up to you.
Okay. Okay. It doesn't have to be a lot. Okay. Okay.
No, it doesn't have to be a lot. Typically, when teaching, when it comes to brainstorming, it depends on the objective of what you want kids to start thinking about to get to the objective.
Okay. Perfect. Thank you.
So those were the questions I had for you. And then these words, I know you have the words in Spanish and English. These are the words that you want them to be able to use in
Yes,
both
because
languages.
it's part of the book.
Okay,
Yes.
and that's slide 8.
Yeah.
Okay. And have your KWL chart. Did you have any questions for me?
No, thank you for your help.
You're welcome.
I have a quick question. For
Mhm.
our lesson plan, would you like us to have those type of strategies in there and implemented in the
Yes.
lesson plan? Okay.
Yes,
It's,
but if you, like, for example, if you wanted them to do brainstorming, you have to provide the question, because I don't know what question you want them to brainstorm about. If you want them to use like the KWL chart, that's generic, I know that, but when you say a map, there are multiple types of thinking maps that they can use. I need you to put the type of map that you want them to use.
okay, yeah, okay, because in my head, there's a couple of maps that I pulled up on the USDA website, and I
Mhm.
would like them to identify each type of what each crop is grown in each type of region. And then
Okay.
I would like to introduce to the students how the supply chain is affected by climate change and
Okay.
how those grocery prices are affected. It affects us. The only problem is I don't know what type of material I would use to support that. Would it just be simple text and then use a strategy, or let I decide what type of strategy the students use and supply the information? Is that kind of what I do in my lesson plan?
Yeah, so if you come up to a point where you don't know what material or what resource to use, just
Mhm.
put in parentheses need a resource, and I can provide some things to go along with. You said how the supply chain affects is
Uh,
affected by the environment.
yeah, well, how climate
Sorry,
change
farming.
affects crops, and when the crops are affected, the supply chain. I guess it's gonna be a cause and effect,
That's
because
perfect. You could do
oh,
cause and effect. That's
okay,
perfect because you said the climate change affects crops.
yeah, just open it, Levi. It's okay if it falls. Just open it.
Climate change affects crops, and then the crops affect the supply chain, and the supply chain affects the consumer.
Yes, and
Got it.
why it's important for the students to know that, even though they're eighth graders and they don't have a job, I feel like,
It's a skill that we teach in elementary as well,
oh,
because
okay, well,
it goes with the life cycle of organisms. So that works. Okay.
so I'm looking more for, okay, my material that I'm looking to resource is maybe a podcast, because sometimes students don't want to read the material,
Mm-hmm.
and I think YouTube videos are overrated. So maybe if we could just have like a simple podcast that they can listen to and test over it, maybe do a strategy over the podcast.
Okay, so with the podcast, that's a really nice idea. I just want to make sure that when they're listening, um, our learning minimum sometimes for videos is like 3 to 5 minutes. So we will have to be really precise with the portions of the podcast we use.
Maybe I could do an audio clip and shorten it to what, 3 minutes? You said 3 minutes?
3 to 5 minutes,
Three
but
to five.
because I'm gonna say 3 to 5 minutes for elementary, since this is gonna be like this is middle school, right?
Yes.
Yep, okay. So with middle school, I would say
There.
10.
Okay.
So let's say this. Say that the clip is 15 minutes. I would say probably at minute 5 or 6, we can stop and then put an activity for the students to respond to.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Do a podcast and then do an activity on the podcast, correct?
Yes. So like say if you find a 15-minute podcast and you want them to actually listen to the whole thing for your portion of your hero's journey, we can do that. We just gonna have to put activities in between to break it up so that way it's not gonna overload them cognitively.
I mean, would it be appropriate if I just have I cut the I cut the podcast to an audio of 5 minutes and then just to do activity after the podcast. Would that be
Yeah.
appropriate?
If the 5 minutes gets you the material that you need for the kids to get the objective, yeah.
Sounds good. Sounds good. Okay. Apologize for the noise. I'm sorry.
Oh no, I don't hear any noise.
Me either.
I know you was really worried about it, but I'm like, I really don't hear any noise. Okay, Jessica. Oh, Dr. Elwood left you a message. I want to make sure you
Yeah.
get it. Did you get it? That she gave you resources?
Yes, I was just about to ask that question. This is for lesson plan 2. She
Mhm.
highlighted musical ideas and then took me to a another Word document where it has project name.
Okay.
So this is grade level 6 through 8 that she gave me, but I'm focused in grade level 5. I'll probably have to modify it. But my question is, so I should look into. Oh, okay. Yes, that makes sense. I just didn't understand the project name, but I do understand the hardware and software.
Okay, so now I'm lost. What was your question?
Well, my question was like, I don't know what the project name was for, but
Mhm.
then I look closer and it had hardware and software. So my objective is to use a musical idea
Mhm.
with using AI, because I had spoke with her on Wednesday and she
Mhm.
said that we'll be talking about software and stuff like that. And I was like, okay. So I guess it kind of like correlates with my question with her on Wednesday, and now I don't have a question today. I don't know if that makes sense, but like I
No.
understood her comment.
Okay, that makes sense. So, let me write that down. So you would want the students to use AI to create a song?
I'll be using a software. So this is like um what's a good example? GarageBand,
Mm-hmm.
or Soundtrap. So it's just like a computer generated music program.
Okay, and that's gonna be for module 2, right?
Yes, lesson
Okay.
plan 2. Yes.
All right. Thank you for that. So,
Déjame tu plato. No botecita rosita, de los pollitos. Right.
okay, so for your objectives, Jessica, because I have to do a module, I wanted to know, am I able to just focus on one objective? And if so, which one can I focus on?
Oh yes. I guess like 1, listen actively and attentively to songs that feature garden and nature themes. They kind of like I have this whole lesson plan is based on all 4, but if
Mm-hmm.
you want to focus on 1, I guess number 1 or
Okay. If we do number 1, my thing is, what's the activity that they're gonna do besides listen?
well, there's the response, which is the questions and then the group discussion. So it's talking about garden beforehand,
Mm-hmm.
and then
Oh, this one right here?
listening. Yes.
Okay.
So before the listening activity, we'll have like a small discussion. This is during the introduction, where
Mm-hmm.
in the beginning we gather the students. I talk about garden and nature and how it kind of affects Earth and affects us. And then after having a brief discussion about garden and nature, then we start looking at the listening activity.
Mm-hmm.
And then that's when we listen to music and then provide questions. And then after that, like, well, this is an individual activity. They will do this on their own. And then we go into the group discussion.
Okay. So for the group discussion, what I was thinking, I have in my notes for the group discussion, do you want them to express themselves with a video, text, or audio?
So during the group discussion, it's kind of like getting the students to start talking about nature and garden based on what they listen to. And then after the group discussion, their response is creative. So they start drawing something that represents what they feel garden and nature is for them. So they have two group discussions. The first one is basically getting them to start thinking about what to draw. And then the last one is like where once they're done making a drawing of what they view nature and garden, then they start sharing their picture.
Okay.
And-
So I want you to keep in mind that this is going to be a self-paced module. So they won't have a discussion with their peers because it's self-paced. And so I want to try to make sure that it's still interactive, but it captures your objective. So
Hmm.
what I was thinking was, because I can't do the whole discussion at the beginning because it's self-paced. So if we were to, do you think it would be okay if like I was to present a video about garden and nature themes, and then after they watch the video, they listen to a song, and as they're listening to the song, the questions are there for them to think about, and then after they listen to the song, they answer the questions?
Um, yes, but my thing is, yeah, that would be fine. Y- I get what you see. Okay, okay.
That's just one way we can do it. If you want to focus on a different objective, we can do that as well. And okay, so you said
So
they
should I delete some of the slides?
don't delete anything. Don't delete.
Okay.
So, because the only thing is the group discussion is just not gonna happen because they're not all, gonna be all online at the same time. The creative response. Okay, so what about this? We can add the creative response portion. So say for example, they watch a video about,
Mhm.
they learn about the garden and nature themes. After they watch the video, we give them the questions that they're going to respond to. And how do you want them to respond to these questions?
Just written on a piece of paper, really.
Okay.
Um, there's also a word bank, just for vocabulary wise, which I haven't really talked about in the PowerPoint.
Mm-hmm.
It's during the pre-listening discussion. Um, so this is kind of getting the vocabulary section for them, brainstorming a list of words and emotions associated with gardens and nature on the board, creating a word bank.
Okay, I'm gonna ask you, I'm gonna put a comment here in the notes section. Can you add what words um you would anticipate for students to have?
Okay.
Oops, hold on a second. Okay, so I'll embed the word bank here, and after they do the questioning part, they could do the creative the creative response. And
Mhm.
I will allow students to have, because you gave them a variety, so I will allow them to either use video, text, audio, or an image that they can upload for this portion. Will that-
Oh, okay. So I'm a little confused now. So is this targeting the eighth graders that we've been TEKS for, or is this targeting the class?
This is for, when did I close it? This was for the objective. This objective here, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Because you said and respond creatively through discussions and artistic expressions. So I don't want to lose that element of them making their artwork.
Mm.
I still want that part to be available for them. So that's why I wanted to be able to leave them with, they can create a video. So like say if a student decides to use an instrument like a guitar and sing a song, they have the option to do that. If they just want to write a poem or some lyrics, they can use text for that. If they can use audio if they just want to record their voice singing this song. And then
Mm.
if they decide, okay, I'm gonna draw something and I want to take a picture and upload it.
Okay, I get you. Okay. So my creative response slide should be more than just an art piece. It could be singing, it could be
Well, that's
um
what you have here. You have here, instruct them to create their own artwork that represents their favorite natural setting inspired by the song they heard. Alternatively, allow students to write a short poem or a few lines of lyrics expressing their feelings about the song's themes.
I forgot about that. Okay.
Oh, okay. I just want to make sure I capture everything in when I go into creating the modules. Did
Mhm.
you have any questions for me?
No,
So, oh, sorry. Um, oh, okay. So the only thing I need to change is slide 5 for the word bank.
Well, you're not changing, you're just adding to it. Like in the notes part, put
Mhm.
the word bank there because if kids don't come up with their own word bank, that will be like a job, an extra support. So like say if they're listening to this song, that word bank could still be available to them to help them with answering these questions.
Mhm. Should I make another slide for just word bank, or should I just write examples underneath?
No, just
Um,
right where it says click to add notes. You can type in word bank and just write all the words that you would expect the student to come up with.
can you show me how to do that?
Okay. Are you able to see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, so here where it says click to add notes, you just click here and you type in, I'll type it in for you. I'll type in word bank. So for example, if looking at the image makes the student feels calm, you can write the word calm. If it makes them happy, happy, makes them scared, scared, and like whatever words, because I'm not familiar with what words you want to use in terms of music. So you just write the words there. That way, when I create the module, I can provide a word bank within this portion.
I'm sorry. When you were typing, I didn't see anything happening
In
on
the
the computer.
bottom, in the bottom,
Right here
Jessica,
at the bottom, I'm
Oh,
gonna highlight
in
it.
the bottom.
I'll
Can you
highlight.
see it?
yes.
Yeah.
Sorry, it doesn't highlight in notes, which I thought it did. Hold on, I know a better way. Oh,
No, it was Zoom. I'm using Zoom on my phone and I had it like
okay.
horizontally, but I had to change it
Okay.
vertically so I can see it. Okay.
You see where I have word bank, calm, happy, scared?
Yes.
Okay, it's in the notes section at the bottom. So sometimes when you open up your presentation, it may be like this where you don't see notes, but there's always this horizontal line at the bottom. And if you put your
Mhm.
mouse over, it's going to give you an arrow that goes up and down. You just pull it up and you can put your notes.
Oh, do I have to do the same thing?
No, for yours, I've needed you just to link in the graphic organizer.
Okay. Okay.
Then I'm gonna email you a summary of the book to make sure I have that part.
I found a book in English.
Oh, you did?
Uh-huh.
Okay. Can you email that to me so I can read that?
Okay, I don't know how to do it, but I will learn.
Or if you don't know how to email it to me, you can copy the link and text it to me, or yeah, text me the link.
Okay, okay, hold on, let me see. Okay. Let me see.
Jessica, did you have any more questions for me?
No, I just need to put in examples of word bank and that's it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And then I have some more questions for you. So
Mhm.
yeah, this was the part I did try to play this game, but I didn't know like what the words were and how the words related to the assignment, but we talked about that. You have images that you said that they can use. Could you, I guess, could you like you can add a slide with what images you want me to put in put in the module,
Okay.
because it has to relate back to the word bank, correct?
Mhm.
Okay, yeah. So select the images that you want and just you can add a new slide of that and then I can do that portion. And these were more images, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, there's 3 different types of images: gardens, landscapes, and natural scenes.
Okay. So could you give me about 2 to 3 pictures for each category?
Okay.
And I wanted to know, I read this article. Was there anything in this article that you wanted me to include?
Um, no, those were just kind of just pictures for them to look at.
Okay, so you want me to include the pictures?
Yes. So since I'm going to, I don't know, um, provide another slide with just pictures of gardens, landscapes, and natural scenes, should I delete the links for
No,
the,
don't delete the links because I have to go back and reference it.
okay.
Um, Jessica, I want you to remind me that if in our story, I don't add like the benefits of music and the nature connection, please remind me to add it, okay?
Um, benefits of music and nature. You want me to add it?
Well, no, just remind me to add it. So when you see the module, like say if that part's not in the story, we need to just add that portion into.
Oh, okay.
That's why I put this one out because I didn't want to forget. All right, so let's look at our agenda. So we did the team organization, process files, product files. We did our lesson plans for each one. The Scrum board, that's for me this week. So we're working on this part is still in process, but I am doing doing the team web conference. So now that y'all have been able to answer my questions, I'll start working on the module tonight. So look out for an email from me by Wednesday with the link so you can see what I've came up with so far for the LMS module.
Okay.
Okay.
Mhm.
And like week 2, correct?
That was week 2. So yeah, it'll be module 1. And then whenever I have most of your objectives for module 2. Cause I'm gonna try to finish up module 1 by Sunday and work on module 2 Monday. So
Oh.
for module 2, I don't have yours, Laura. Just give me your gardening topic and you can give me your lesson objective if you don't know what your standard is, but if you know like what you want the students to do, I can work from that as well.
What grade level? Is it 5th grade for lesson 2?
Yes, we said 5th grade.
Right. And it's the same, I mean, the lesson plan is gonna have the same format as lesson 1, correct?
It's up to you.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah, but
Shimira, for
yes.
my lesson plan, because I'm using the standard comprehension skills again,
Mm-hmm.
can I use, do I have to use another book or can I use the same book?
If I was you, I would use the same book.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Definitely.
because I was like, my book, the book that I'm using has past tense in the front and the same one, present tense in the back. Is the
Okay.
same book, but has past and present tense.
Mm-hmm.
So can I use the present tense for this one? And because I
Yes.
use the past tense for the other one.
Whatever you want to do.
Okay.
Just give me the objective and that way I can copy that into AI and put it in AI for it to generate us a story and create modules.
Okay.
Oh, just to get back with you on that, I did speak with Professor Bippard, and she said if you can insert the idea text yourself, or idea teaks yourself.
Okay. I'll ask Dr. Elwood for the template and I'll do it.
Yes. Because
And
yeah, we haven't gone over it in detail.
mm-hmm.
So she just said, I guess, go for it.
Okay, I'll go for it. I just have to ask her for a template because I didn't see that template in my Blackboard. So I'll email her for that portion so I could do that, and then I'll get your input on it the next time we meet to make sure everybody's okay with what we have.
Okay.
Okay, and then I'm gonna try to work out on as much as I can tonight. Is it okay if I call or text you
Yeah.
tonight?
Yes.
Or maybe tomorrow. I think I might have time tomorrow too.
Okay. Well, I'm free all weekend. I plan on working on this project, so that's what I'll just be working. I'll be by my phone.
I wish I was free. I'm trying to.
But it's been really rough for me this week because I started working and it's like every time I come home and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna do something tonight. And it's like I do 2 hours, but I'm like, oh, I really need to try to do 3, but I fall asleep.
Oh my goodness, yeah.
I fall asleep too.
Yeah.
I'm
Shoot,
trying.
I fall asleep driving.
Oh no, I turn up the music, so I'm distracted the whole way to make sure I stay up.
Oh.
So, the last thing for our agenda I wanted to talk about was the Canvas modules. I did show it to you last time, right?
You showed us a AI story.
Oh, we did the AI. Okay, so let me
Uh,
see if I put the
I
Canvas.
believe we did theme ideas or this escape.
Yes. So that's the part I want to get everybody's input on before I what is this? Oh, okay. Yes, it is. So I wanted to get input on this before I use the stories to start setting up the modules now that I know what content I'm putting in the modules. So the first module, I'm gonna let it be online safety because that's a big component for online. And since it's a self-paced course, I want the students to go through an online safety training about etiquette and digital safety. So the next thing were the modules. I have the 3 modules, and my professor told me that if I wanted to, I can also combine them together. So I wanted to know, what do you think? Do you want the modules to be separate based off of content, where that would be with the hero's journey, we're using 8 stages. So I'm sorry, because I didn't pull that part up. Mhm. Let's see if she puts it here. Oh, no, that's a video.
Have one at your dad's house. Have one at your dad's house.
Here we go.
No.
Okay, can everybody see the hero's journey?
Yes.
Okay, so what my professor said, that initially I had planned on doing everything separate, but she said I can merge each content together and do one hero journey. I can do, like, this hero journey has 12 phases. So I can either do the one with 12 phases, or there's another one, I have to find it in my notes, where there's 8 phases. So where I can do, like, one portion will be, I could do like I can start off with like history, and then after history, I can do the music, and then after music, I can do the Spanish, and it could just be one cycle of the hero's journey.
Okay.
Or I can do everybody separate, where everybody has their own hero's journey, which would make it 3 stories, or I can combine everybody's and make it one story. Where, like, say
Make
for
it one story.
make it one story.
I think so. What do you think, Laura and Jessica?
It would be easier if you make it one story, and it would
Make it
also
one story.
be interesting because you would have all 3 subjects.
Okay. I'll make it one story. And then I wanted to know, sorry, let me put this note in here. And then I also wanted to know, for the theme of the module, I originally thought about doing escape rooms where, for example, say like with Jessica, they will listen to music, and after they listen to music, they will have to probably like decipher a code to get to the next activity. And then when they get to the next activity, that can be the discussion board. Once they submit the discussion board, they will be given a code, and then they will go to the next assignment. And after they get to that assignment, they'll have to figure out how to use the code to get to the next part. So that's like an escape room. I could do it like that, or I can just do interactive activities that are like gamified. And then does anybody else have any additional ideas of what they would like for the what they would like the module to look like?
I thought it would be pretty neat if we can use when they go to the escape rooms and they're trying to decipher code. One of the codes could be in Spanish. You know, we could
Okay.
put, a Spanish in there for the codes.
So y'all want to stick with the idea of like making it an escape room or breakout room?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
I mean,
I
you
like that idea.
yeah,
You like that?
yeah, you have the idea there. We could just elaborate on it, you know?
Mm-hmm. Um, and anything else with the idea of the escape room? So we could decide, they can decipher some codes in Spanish.
Oh, it could,
So,
oh,
sorry. So for the escape room, it's based on the hero's journey. So the
Yes,
hero's journey in the escape room is one thing.
yes.
Okay.
So
And do you have to do that, or do we all collectively do that, or individually
we
do
will all
that?
we could all collectively do that. I know, like for the sake of time, I want to respect everybody's Friday and give everybody a chance. So what I'll do on my part, because I know I moved our meeting. I'll do the story. I'll generate some stories and I'll send it to you, and then y'all can just like leave comments. I'll open up a Google Doc and I'll put it in our folder, and you let me know like which stories you like, and then when the next time we meet, I'll already have the module like made, but we can go back and edit the story, and then I'll make corrections in the module.
okay.
basically AI is gonna create the story, correct?
Yes, we're going to use AI to create the story. I just needed to know, I needed to ask y'all more questions about your lesson plans. So when I put in the prompt for it to generate, I get what I'm looking for.
Oh, okay, yeah. Oh, and maybe we could do something, I know we have history, and I don't know if this is off topic, but maybe we can do something like National Treasure, like, put history facts where the person is looking for artifacts or something,
So do you want to do that for module 2?
Oh, we could do that for module 2, yeah.
Okay.
I just didn't know if like every single, or I don't know how you would want to insert history in the AI story.
Um, with the hero's journey, that could be like part of this part right here where they have reward or receiving the sword. So that will go well with that.
Oh, that would be really cool. Like find a history artifact that's worth a lot.
Mhm.
Okay, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
That's cool. Okay, so
So,
then I just need to finish my lesson plan.
mm-hmm. And so for yours, I just needed sorry, brain freeze.
No, that's cool. You just want lesson 1, right?
Yes, so what I need from you is I need like the regions of the United States, what fertilizers, what plants are there, and then you said you were going to give me some type of resource, or even you said the podcast, right? You're going to provide me with the podcast, and then we were going to explain how severe weather affects the supply chain, climate change affects the crops, and the crops affect the supply chain, and the supply chain affects consumers.
Yes. Is it okay if I text you what I found?
Yes.
I want to use the maps of what I found right now. So, and then I just want, because I understand the articles that I just found, I mean, they're pretty long.
Mm-hmm.
I just want something simple that the kids can listen to. And
Okay. Thinking about it now, I'm thinking if you want something simple, we can use Google Earth, where it like takes them on a virtual field trip. And when they're on that virtual field trip, I have to see, but I think you can add like an audio feature, and we can use that like as the podcast.
I like that because,
That way
um,
they have that visualization and they still have the audio.
yes, I want to do visualization and audio because I feel like it's just better than just giving. I want them to see. I want them to see what's going
Mhm.
on. You know, like there's a couple of I'm trying to figure out how to send them to you. I have them on my reading list, and I'm trying to figure out how to text them to you. But the maps show the regions of where the crops are grown. You know, where barley's grown, where corn is grown, and then it shows it gives you the effects of the United States in the year 2030, what the crops will look like in 2030, and you could see the difference of the amount of crops that are being grown. So
Okay.
it's you can see that, and then there's a couple of articles that say climate change is affecting crops, and there's a couple of maps that indicate how it's affecting the supply chain. But I guess what I could do, kind of like almost like a PowerPoint, and use Google Earth, and then have the audio over there just talking about it, maybe.
Yeah, so like if you make the Google Earth, you can just insert the link in your presentation, and then I can take that link of Google Earth and put that into the Canvas module.
Yeah, I would definitely need help with all that because I'm not
Okay.
familiar with. Did you say Canva module or Canvas?
The Canvas. I'm gonna do the Canvas module. I could do the Google Earth. You'll just have to like maybe one day we can meet and you tell me like where you want it to go, and then we'll insert either the text or the audio, whichever one it accepts.
Yeah, yeah, I'll look at some videos about Google Earth because I don't I'm sorry, I feel very I don't know anything about Google
No,
Earth.
don't feel sorry at all.
Okay. I mean, besides looking at it for maps, I just I'm not, I don't know, but that sounds like a really cool idea. Let's see if I can try to send you what I found. Okay, so I'm gonna start sending you some of the articles that I found on my phone.
Okay. And so on the agenda, I'm gonna add the parts that I need from the group. Does anybody have any questions for me?
No, I don't.
Okay.
I have a question regarding next week. So I'll
Mhm.
be Scrum Master for slide 4. Am I supposed to create the Zoom link and create like a Word doc and kind of go over the steps of what I need from you guys? So I'm basically doing what you're doing at the moment, or how is that working?
No, so you don't have to worry about the Zoom link. I'll do that. You don't have to worry about the agenda. I'll do the agenda. I'm gonna like look the day of our meeting in the morning and see what is still in backlog, and I'll put that on our agenda. You'll just be making sure everybody moves along, and if anybody needs help, you could text them, call them, email them, and ask them like what help do they need if there's still anything left in backlog.
Okay.
And that's basically it. But I'll do the agenda, I'll set up the meeting, and I'll record the meeting.
So when are we going to meet next week?
That's what we can plan now. And I will have the module to you no later than Monday. It may be Sunday night. No, it'll be Sunday night. I'll send you the module.
Okay.
Oh, for
Lesson 2, right?
No, for lesson 1.
For lesson 1,
About the
okay.
lessons that we just the lesson plans
Went
we just
over?
went over.
the hero's journey, right?
Yes, for the hero's journey. And then by Thursday-ish, I will have module 2.
Okay,
I just need Laura to add her objective, and then I can start module 2 because we talked about the ideals today. So I have something to work with.
okay.
Okay, so I sent you, were you able to get some of the articles that I sent you?
Yes, I have them all.
Okay, I like some of the maps on there. I can maybe incorporate those maps um, into a presentation. I just wouldn't know what type of medium to use. Like, I don't know if I should use a PowerPoint or if it should be a video.
Okay.
I guess I don't want to put too much work on myself because if I make a video, I'm gonna have to edit and it's gonna be time consuming. So maybe
Right. Okay, so what we can do, um, if you are available on Sunday, we can schedule a time to meet on Sunday, or we can schedule a time to meet Monday, and I can help you with that part.
um,
Hmm?
yeah, okay. Well, I can do maybe. Can I get back to you on that?
Yeah, you can get back to me.
I gotta look at my schedule because I
Okay.
have a Zoom meeting on Monday. Well, actually, my professor is gonna text me. We're gonna schedule together a good Zoom meeting on Monday.
Okay.
Sunday's like family day, so
Okay. That's fine.
okay. I'm gonna try to just work on everything tonight, and then I'll text you. Maybe we can definitely do something on Sunday.
Okay.
Yeah.
And if Sunday, I know Sunday's not gonna work for you, so if you need to do like Monday or Tuesday, that's fine as well. It'll just have to be in the evening because I started working, so I'm not gonna get home till about after 5.
Yeah, no, I need to get this done. We need to get this done, so we could do
Mhm.
something Sunday. Are you an early person, afternoon? Because I know it's Sunday, you want to sleep in, maybe 11, 12.
Whatever works for you. I don't have any kids. It's just me.
Okay.
So it's
Okay.
really all in your park. What works for you?
Okay, we could do lunchtime. I can just, yeah, maybe lunchtime will work. You know, the kids are gonna eat lunch and maybe they'll leave me alone.
Okay.
12:30. Let's do 12:30 on Sunday.
Okay, I put in 12:30 on Sunday on my calendar.
Yeah, and then is it okay maybe just you and I stay on the Zoom because you can kind of help me a little bit
Yes.
on the lesson plan?
Yes.
Trying to get something going. Okay, sounds good.
All right. So let's schedule for next week.
Next week,
Okay. What do you have? If it's
Well, you said that you can do it in the morning, it has to be in the afternoon. We can do it Friday, the afternoon also, 6. What do you think?
Oh, but you work.
yeah,
You
I
work.
start. I work. I have to be at work for 7:20, and I get off around 4. But I have to fight traffic, and I don't get home till 5.
Houston. What about Saturday? Is Saturday more convenient?
Saturday, I do tutorials. Let me see what time I have to do tutorials. I think I'm gonna do tutorials at 3.
What Max is chewing on? He's chewing on all his Mario things.
Okay, so Saturday I have tutorials at 3 to 4:30. So it could be before or after.
It can be Saturday at 6. What do you think, Jessica, Laura? Or 5? 5 or 6? What do you think?
Yeah, my schedule's gonna change, so I'm gonna say yes to everything, and then I'll just let y'all know what's gonna happen.
Okay. Jessica,
Jessica?
I'll be
5
available.
Okay.
I'll
She's
be
available.
available, but if anything comes up, I'll text you.
Okay, so y'all want to schedule 5 for Saturday?
Oh,
Yes.
five, okay.
Mhm.
Saturday at 5. Yeah,
Saturday 5, or we can do Friday 6:30,
Yes.
right? We can do, Laura, if you can't, we can do Friday 6:30, so you can have your Saturday and Sunday with your kids.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, let's do that. Yeah, that would work out.
Jessica, what do you think? Friday 6:30?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
because I think school's gonna start the 9th.
Yeah, let's do it Friday 6:30. What do you think?
Yes, that works. Friday, 6:30 works for me.
Yeah. Friday 6:30, and yeah.
That sounds good. Let's do Friday 6:30.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, Jessica and Ingrid, I'm gonna let you go and I'm gonna stay on with Laura. Have a good
Okay.
weekend.
Okay, you too. Bye-bye. Bye.
Bye,
Shamita.
everybody.
Bye-bye. Bye.
I'm gonna stop
Shamita,
recording.
hold on.
Oh, you have a question,
I
Jessica?
leave the meeting. Bye.
Yeah, I mean, you can stop recording. This is based on my
Okay.
lesson plan